What if everything you thought you knew about history was wrong? What if the most magnificent structures on Earth, the Great Pyramids of Giza, weren't built by the people? We've always been taught built them. Imagine a world far more advanced than our own, thousands of years before recorded history, leaving behind a legacy that continues to baffle us today. We're talking about a secret so profound, it could rewrite textbooks and shatter our understanding of human civilization. Prepare to journey into the heart of a mystery that spans millennia, where ancient stones whisper tales of forgotten eras and unimaginable technologies. Are you ready to question everything? Because once you see the evidence, you might just find yourself looking at our past and our future in a whole new light. Built by aliens, could the pyramids have been? The unsettling evidence against the conventional narrative. For generations, we've been told the Great Pyramids were built by the ancient Egyptians around 4,500 years ago, serving as grand tombs for their pharaohs. But what if that story, compelling as it is only scratching the surface? Let's start with the Sphinx. Its massive body shows undeniable signs of heavy water erosion. Geologists and scientists like Robert Schoch from Boston University argue this erosion couldn't have come from wind and sand. It points to a period of intense rainfall, a climate that hasn't existed in the Sahara for at least 12,000 years. This pushes the timeline back by an astonishing 7,000 years, to a time long before the recognized ancient Egyptian civilization even existed. If it wasn't the dynastic Egyptians, then who laid the foundations of such a colossal monument? This isn't just an academic debate. It forces us to confront a potential gaping hole in our understanding of prehistory. And it's not just the Sphinx. Consider the sheer audacity of the pyramids themselves. We're talking about approximately 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 to 15 tons, with some colossal stones inside the Great Pyramid tipping the scales at an astounding 150 tons. How did a Bronze Age society, supposedly using only primitive tools, quarry these massive granite and limestone blocks, transport them often hundreds of miles, and then perfectly place them with such precision? The logistics are mind-boggling. Mainstream explanations often involve massive labor forces, ramps, and ingenious but ultimately simple methods. However, when you really dig into the engineering challenges, like maneuvering multi-ton blocks up immense heights, or the absolute lack of wheel marks, or clear quarrying tools for such precise cuts, these explanations fall short. The precision of the Giza pyramids is simply breathtaking. Not only are they perfectly aligned with true north, an accuracy surpassing many modern buildings, but the three main pyramids also mirror the three stars of Orion's belt with uncanny fidelity. This isn't just a coincidence. It suggests an astronomical understanding and observational capability that far exceeds what we attribute to ancient Egyptians. Furthermore, the Great Pyramid of Giza isn't four-sided as it appears from a distance, but subtly eight-sided, with a slight indentation on each face. This incredibly precise architectural detail is only visible from above at certain times of the day, during the equinoxes, achieving such a subtle yet consistent angle across enormous faces. Thousands of years ago, hints at a level of sophistication that defies our current historical narrative. Whispers of forgotten civilizations and ancient giants. So, if not the ancient Egyptians, then who? This is where the narrative takes a truly fascinating turn, pushing the boundaries of conventional archaeology and history. Some researchers propose the existence of a highly advanced, lost civilization, perhaps even the mythical Atlantis, that predated our current historical understanding. Imagine a society with sophisticated knowledge of engineering, astronomy, and even physics, capable of constructing such monumental structures on a global scale. Plato spoke of Atlantis as a powerful naval empire that existed 9,000 years before his time, which would place it around 11,500 years ago, a time frame that eerily aligns with the radiating of the Sphinx based on geological evidence. Could these colossal structures be remnants of that very civilization? And the Atlantean theory isn't the only one challenging our assumptions. Consider the numerous discoveries of unusually large human skeletons across the globe, some dating back to the supposed period of the pyramid's construction. Stories of giants appear in ancient texts and folklore from nearly every culture on Earth, from the Nephilim in biblical texts to the Ymir in Norse mythology, and countless others. While often dismissed as myth, what if these accounts contain a kernel of truth? Could these towering beings, with heights estimated between 4 and 12 meters, have found the task of building the pyramids akin to us building a modern high-rise? It makes the impossible seem less impossible and offers a compelling, albeit radical, explanation for the sheer scale of these megalithic structures. And the evidence doesn't stop at the pyramids. Around the world, we've found anomalies that defy conventional historical timelines and hint at forgotten knowledge. Take the Aklo natural nuclear reactor in Gabon, Africa, discovered in 1972. It's a naturally occurring uranium deposit that clearly operated as a nuclear fission reactor 1.8 billion years ago for 500,000 years. Its structure was so efficient, modern science struggles to replicate it. Or the Ica stones from Peru, some depicting humans interacting with dinosaurs, or even performing advanced medical procedures, and observing celestial bodies with what looks strikingly like a telescope. Then there's the incredibly perplexing 150-million-year-old fossilized shoeprint found in Utah, with a trilobite crushed by the heel, a creature that went extinct millions of years before humans supposedly appeared. These aren't just isolated curiosities. These artifacts, along with countless others, paint a picture of a past far more complex, technologically advanced, and mysterious than we currently admit. What if these are all fragments of a history we've collectively forgotten, or perhaps deliberately ignored because they don't fit neatly into our established timelines? Whispers of forgotten civilizations and ancient giants. But the pyramids hold more than just architectural and historical enigmas. They hold secrets that touch the very fabric of human experience. Consider the chilling account of Napoleon Bonaparte. In 1798, during his Egyptian campaign, he spent a night alone in the king's chamber of the Great Pyramid. The next morning, he emerged visibly shaken, looking utterly pale and terrified. He refused to ever speak of what he experienced, only muttering, "You would never believe me." To his dying day, he carried that secret. What could have terrified a man who conquered empires? A brilliant strategist known for his unwavering composure. Was it a profound vision, a glimpse into his destiny, or something far more unsettling, something supernatural? This isn't just lore. It's a documented historical anecdote that fuels the pyramid's mystique and keeps us wondering. A similar, equally perplexing account comes from British journalist Paul Brunton in 1930, who also spent a night alone in the king's chamber. He described feeling his body become paralyzed, witnessing ghostly figures he believed were ancient priests, and even experiencing an out-of-body event, where his soul floated while connected by a silver cord to his inert body. He claimed these spectral guides revealed secrets about the pyramid's true age and purpose, linking it to the Atlanteans and describing it as a hall of learning. While incredible, these personal testimonies, from two highly intelligent and influential individuals, add layers of mystery that science struggles to explain, suggesting there's an unseen influence at play within these ancient structures. Then there's the infamous Curse of Tutankhamun. When Howard Carter opened the Boy King's tomb in 1922, a string of mysterious deaths followed among the expedition members. Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's financier, died within months from an infected mosquito bite, fueling speculation of a curse. Other team members and even visitors to the tomb experienced sudden illnesses or bizarre accidents. While skeptics point to natural causes like ancient molds or bacteria within the tomb, which are indeed a real concern in sealed environments, the sheer number of unusual illnesses and fatalities has kept the legend alive. Some argue these ancient cultures possessed advanced knowledge of biological warfare or even subtle forms of energy manipulation, designed to protect their sacred sites. It's a terrifying thought. What if the ancient Egyptians, or even those who came before them, understood how to weaponize the very environment, creating a deadly defense system that worked silently? Through the centuries, ensuring undisturbed rest for their pharaohs? The unseen energy and the king's true vulnerability. Beyond curses and ancient diseases, there's another intriguing theory, the concept of pyramid energy. For centuries, people have reported unusual phenomena within and around pyramids, from incredible food preservation, fresh fruit and milk staying unspoiled for weeks, razor blades mysteriously sharpening to altered states of consciousness, and even a feeling of intense pressure or unusual sensations. Could the unique geometric design of the pyramids act as a giant antenna, focusing and amplifying certain electromagnetic fields or unknown energies? Some brave scientists even propose that the very structure and materials of the pyramid create a physical field or torsion field that could induce specific physiological or psychological effects. This isn't science fiction, it's an exploration of the profound, often overlooked, connection between architecture, geology, and human biology, suggesting that these ancient builders might have harnessed forces we are only now beginning to comprehend. Imagine the implications if these structures were, in fact, ancient energy generators or transmitters. And what about Tutankhamun himself, the subject of so much fascination? Recent scientific analysis, including extensive CT scans and DNA testing of his mummy, has painted a far more complex and poignant picture than previous romanticized depictions. We now know that the boy pharaoh wasn't a strapping young king ready for battle, but rather a physically frail individual. He suffered from a clubfoot, a severely curved spine, and a debilitating bone disease, likely a direct result of the extensive inbreeding within the Egyptian royal family. His parents, Akhenaten, and his sister were full siblings, a common practice in royal lines hoping to preserve divine bloodlines, but one that came with devastating genetic consequences. Tutankhamun also battled multiple bouts of malaria, a leading cause of death in ancient Egypt. This new understanding shatters the long-held theory that he died from a chariot accident or was assassinated, as a fracture in his leg, once thought to be a fatal blow, likely occurred post-mortem or was a contributing factor to an already weakened state. Instead, it suggests a life of chronic pain and vulnerability, making his kingship all the more remarkable. His early death, around the age of 19, and perhaps the urgency of his burial in a smaller, possibly repurposed tomb, becomes a poignant testament to his struggles. Rather than a sinister plot, it's a reminder that even the most powerful figures in history were, at their core, human, subject to the same biological frailties as anyone else, even if those frailties were amplified by royal custom. The discovery of his iron dagger, remarkably preserved and made of meteoric iron from the sky, only adds another layer of intrigue, highlighting the rarity and value of such materials in his time and hinting at widespread trade networks or advanced metallurgical knowledge. The Great Pyramids of Giza, the enigma of Tutankhamun, the tales of lost civilizations, and the countless unexplained artifacts scattered across our planet challenge us to look beyond accepted narratives. They force us to consider that history might be far richer, far more complex, and perhaps even stranger than we can imagine. These monuments stand as silent sentinels, inviting us to delve deeper, to question assumptions, and to expand our understanding of what's possible. The real lesson here isn't just about ancient Egyptians or forgotten civilizations. It's about the courage to question, the humility to admit what we don't know, and the endless pursuit of truth. What if our modern understanding of history is just one chapter in a much larger, more incredible story? The secrets of the pyramids remind us that the universe, and our own past, holds wonders yet to be fully revealed. Every stone, every artifact, every unanswered question is an invitation to explore further, to think critically, and to embrace the vast, awe-inspiring unknowns that still lie hidden. Are you ready to keep searching for them?